Since the 14th of December 1943, the Fleet Admiral has stood as the highest rank within the United States Navy. First bestowed upon William D. Leahy during the Second World War, few remember an even loftier title that once existed, the Admiral of the Navy. Created decades earlier, it was reserved as the Navy's most senior and later regarded as equivalent to, if not superior, the Fleet Admiral. A rank so rare it was only held by one man. The rank of Admiral of the Navy was created specifically for one man, as I just mentioned, Admiral George Dewey, after his decisive victory at the Battle of Manila Bay in 1898. In 1899, Congress approved the new grade, and President McKinley promoted Dewey. However, due to a clerical mix-up, McKinley was mistakenly referred to as an Admiral in the Navy, a title that Dewey had already held. It wasn't until the 14th of March 1903 that President Theodore Roosevelt corrected the error, officially appointing Dewey to a unique Admiral of the Navy. Though the error was eventually corrected, Dewey's rank remained, at least on paper, equivalent to a 4-star Admiral, and it wasn't until 1913 that revised Navy regulations that the Admiral of the Navy was granted full honours, including a 19-gun salute. The same was reserved for Field Marshals and equivalent commanders in other nations. It was a subtle but symbolic recognition of Dewey's unique place at the top of the US Navy. Now, in 1944, 4 admirals were elevated to the newly created rank of Admiral of the Fleet, declared by Congress as the highest active rank within the United States Navy. In the excitement of wartime restructuring, the older title of Admiral of the Navy was largely forgotten, and it left its status unclear until the following year. As the invasion of Japan, or Operation Downfall, loomed, serious discussions began about appointing a single Navy officer to command all Allied fleets with a specific rank, around a 6 rank equivalent to what the US Army was planning to do, and promoting General MacArthur to General of the Armies. These never went ahead, but it was a plan. During this period, Congress even considered restoring Dewey's rank to equal footing with that of General of the Armies. Vice Admiral Randall Jacobs testified before the House of Representatives, advocating for its re-establishment. The bill, introduced on the 20th of February, had failed to pass into law, so his movement failed. By 1955, the rank of Admiral of the Navy had become largely honorary title and had never been awarded since. While some historians and military enthusiasts regard it as equivalent to that of a 6-star rank, the US Navy and the US government simply do not recognise it as a 6-star rank, and it remains equal to Fleet Admiral. The rank of Admiral of the Navy also came with a unique design. When Dewey received his promotion, he initially wore a design described as a 2-inch gold band with a 3 half-inch bands above it, similar to the style previously worn by Admiral David Dixon Porter. However, Navy uniform regulations issued in 1899 described something quite different. It was a 2-inch gold bands with a half-inch band placed between them. A distinct pattern, obviously not used by any other rank, as that's the nature of insignias, but a unique looking one. The collar and shoulder insignia were equally unusual. Dewey wore 4 silver stars arranged horizontally, with 4 golden anchors beneath 2 of the outermost stars. Unlike the typical upward pointing stars seen in other ranks, Dewey's were pointed inward, towards the centre, marking his position as the head Admiral of the Navy, if you will. Dewey's elevation to Admiral of the Navy wasn't just a military honour, it reflected the broader spirit of the American Golden Age. Returning from his triumph in the Spanish-American War, Dewey was celebrated as a national hero. Streets were lined with flags, shops sold figurines in his likeness, and his face was adorned over posters, artworks and advertisements across the country. His near-mythic status as a man who destroyed the Spanish fleet highlighted a defining feature of the era, the rise of American nationalism and the deification of military heroes. In this context, the Admiral of the Navy wasn't just about seniority, it was about symbolism. Dewey wasn't merely an officer, he was a national icon, elevated to represent the might and destiny of the growing United States military. I hope you enjoyed today's short form video. I'm going to try and do more of these because I think it's a good way to answer subscriber questions, do little bits of history that I don't want to make a full long form video on, or just little things I want to update. I enjoyed doing this. It was a nice short video that was fun to create, but hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.